Tonight, we are celebrating Mental Health Awareness Month with a four-time Grammy award-winning artist who's been dominating the gospel charts for decades with her powerhouse vocals. Please welcome the First Lady of the Church of God in Christ, Karen Clark. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me. So glad to see you guys.
How are you feeling tonight? And you know we are very honored to have you here. How are you?
I am great. Of course, I gotta say I'm blessed. And to be on the show that spills the tea, I keep hearing that word come up. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Okay, with no further ado, let's get right into it. Now, Karen, it's okay. It's okay not to be okay. It's a quote that's been circulating in honor of the Mental Health Awareness Month. How are you managing your mental health in today's climate? Because it's been kind of tough. And why is it important to give yourself grace in times of distress?
It is very important to give yourself grace and to say no to some things. You might have to say no to people calling your phone all the time saying, can you do this? Can you do that? Sometimes you have to have me time, especially for leading ladies, or if you're a leading pastor, whomever, where if you lead on your job, it's very important that you have me time, to have that self-care is very important mentally. If I need to sit down and talk to somebody, listen, we actually offer that at our church, to make sure that you sit down. Not only do we pray, but we make sure that they do self-care mentally as well. So it's very important. And I think especially what I do is I have set aside time where I go out and walk, and I read my books. I think I have one hobby that people may not know about me. I am a skater. I like to roller skate. Oh. And so I can do a mixture of getting my exercise in and having fun. I think we ought to sometimes do that. Leave the church house and go and have some good fun, but still take the Lord along with you everywhere you go.
Okay. First Lady Sheard, talking about roller skating, we can only imagine the pressures that are oftentimes faced when taking on the role of First Lady of the Church of God in Christ. Were you a little bit nervous to take on this responsibility at first? And what's something you learned about yourself during the process that you've never learned before?
Wow, thank you for that. Yes, I was nervous. I was very nervous because this is a role that I've seen the ladies before me, the leading ladies before me, did such a phenomenal job, and they were very exemplary. And of course, I had a great mother that was very, very exemplary, living a great life in front of us, teaching me how to be a leading lady. She was a pastor's wife, so I had even my mother-in-law was a pastor's wife, so I had great examples. So yeah, I was nervous, but I learned a lot, and I collected a lot of nuggets. I learned what not to do, what not to say. I learned who not to be around. I learned a lot of things, but I think most of all, I enjoy it. The enjoying side is knowing that someone left me or left my office, having a conversation and saying, you saved my life. So that's what at the end of the day is for me, is helping someone, because there's so much negativity out here, and I want to be that one to say, you know what, come on, let's try this. Let me embrace you, no matter who you are, no matter what life you live. I want to bring love to you and love you no matter what sin. I'm not here to judge you, but I'm here to love you and to let you know that we are all one in the spirit. So I enjoy it. And then your other question, what was your next number 2 question?
Pressures.
Yes, my pressure.
Yeah, like what were your pressures like? Were what did you learn about yourself that you necessarily hadn't learned until you took on that role of First Lady?
Yes, I think probably the moment of, I guess, having that moment of when they when they call you to come preach. You know, my sister was the preacher, but now they think because you're a first lady, you're supposed to preach. And I'm like, oh Lord, I got to testify. I'm gonna come and testify. But I found out that God purposed a lot of things in me. I don't have to preach, but I have a testimony. And I think we go through things. My husband often say that when you take a tea bag and put it in some hot water, that's the only way the flavors are going to come out. So listen, I've been through some trials and hell and high water, but I have a testimony because it's important that we be real with people. I think in the church, it's time out for sugarcoating. Tell them what you've been through. Tell them, hey, I wasn't always holier than thou, and I'm not now. So, and I'm not perfect, but let them know, give them the real deal and let them know. So there's been moments where I let them know, hey, this is my testimony. My testimony wasn't like maybe the previous first ladies, but mine's different. So I appreciate our organization loving me for letting me be me. I may have been the one. I'm a little edgy. You can listen at my music and see I got a couple of beats on there, but I know where to draw the line. You know, I know where it's so. Yeah. So yeah, I've had some moments.
Miss Karen, before, I know Armand has two questions for you. I just want to slide in. We have a couple comments I just want to get to. Latest celebrity news says she radiates resilience. And Erin Michelle said, my first lady is here. We are in the building. Love you, first lady. And Plain Jane said, bless you, first lady. There's a lot of love. There's a whole bunch of comments. That's why I was lots of love. A few members of your church are in the comments as well, and they are loving you. And so I just wanted to just give you your flowers real quick. Sorry about that, Armand.
No, perfect. Now, First Lady, we're going to switch gears a little bit. Now, something that doesn't come with pressures of life is your role as a grandma. Now, how did your life transform since becoming a grandmother? And what's something you enjoyed the most about this role?
Wow. Well, since becoming a grandmother, of course, I had two. I have a 13-year-old Anna by my son and an 8-year-old. But this little one, she just, oh my goodness, she just making me be young all over again. I love it. I enjoy it. I think the most important thing is that every moment in our lives with going to the next generation, from generation to generation, that we should make the difference, that we should pass down positivity is so important. As you can see, my daughter, I made sure, I said, no, you gonna sing in the belly. I talked to my belly and said, you gonna sing because my mother didn't go through all of what she'd been through to pave the way for us to just sit on and do nothing. So I'm passing this gift that God put inside of our bloodline. You know, you hear a lot about generational curses, but thank God there is generational blessings, and that can be up to you to break that because God has put something inside of you to take. I'm glamour right now, and I mean, I'm glamorizing her. I mean, spiritually and naturally. So letting her know and talking to her as a grandmother, being real with her too. I'm opening up myself. It's very important that we as mothers, grandmothers, open up ourselves to allow them to talk to you. Don't talk so much. Hear them out. Open your ears to hear so you can give them sound advice.
More comments for you. We have more love. Just as I am said, you are so loved, Miss Karen. And I want to go back to you and ask you now, we cannot have you on the show without mentioning the impact that the Clark sisters have made, not only in gospel, but commercial music as well. Now, tell us about the moment when you all were notified of Beyonce sampling the Clark sisters on Church Girl from her album Renaissance, which was a huge success. How did you feel about that?
Wow. That was touching to even hear. You know, it's always uplifting to know that, you know, people think of you and people of her caliber, you know, that, and it brings up their roots. This is the part I love about it, is that, you know, you hear people saying other things, but I learned how to blow it off like water on a duck's back, you know, because I think the main thing, bottom line, is that to hear Beyonce say she grew up in church listening to us, you know, and You remember our music? What? So apparently we did something right. We did something right. And when I tell you, as long as God keep downloading inside of us, my sister wrote those songs for a purpose, and that's to change a life. So Beyonce is part of the one who helping change lives. Church girl.
First Lady Sheard, you talking about downloading in life. This year, you all received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Recording Academy at the 2024 Grammys. Now, that is huge, and especially for a gospel act. Please, please, please share with us. How did it feel to soak in that moment and to be here and receive your flowers?
Wow, that's such an honor to be recognized by Grammy, the prestigious, such a prestigious award, the Grammy Award. I mean, it just, when we got that call, it was like, what? Are you kidding me? No, you have the wrong group. And they were like, no, we have the right group. So, it's just a blessing to be acknowledged, not only inside the church, but outside of the church.
Right.
What? The people recognize you for what you have done. Apparently, somebody told them about us if they didn't know who we were. But just to say, you know what? We heard the history. We saw the history. And to see that, hey, we appreciate you. That's encouragement, because we had moments where, hey, we was in retirement mode, and we were ready. We had a last time album, and to see us get this award is like, no, God
not
said,
yet,
no,
right?
I'm done with you, right. I'm done. So yeah, that was very exciting, monumental moment in our lives. Yes.
Okay, First Lady. So talk about excitement. You have a new single that's currently out called Send It Down. We're going to play a snippet for the Soulmates tonight, okay? So let's take a listen. I like that. That had a lot of energy to it, okay? That was fun.
Thanks.
What can you tell us about the overall message of Send It Down? I like that energy.
Thank you. Yes, it is a lot of energy. And, I have to just say, we had a moment in our communion service one Sunday, and my husband started singing this song, Send It Down. And he said, come up here, First Lady, and tag this song. I tagged it at the end of it. And I'm telling you, we had an encounter moment, a God moment at that time. And so my son, he's my executive producer, Jay Drew. And he said, Ma, let's just go on and write a song. So Mark J, along with Kiera and myself, we got lyrics together, and my son put that spin on that music. So it's a mixture of churchy and urban too. So yeah, it's got some energy. I hope that it's a message. It's a good message, because, when you look at the world is sometimes, have moments where where that power to come down. Everybody needs to have an encounter with God. You don't want to live a life and not have a moment that God can give you that peace you need in the time of trouble. So yeah, that's what the message is.
Miss Karen, I'm amazed. I'm amazed at your humility. There's these people that come on the scene, a few songs, they complain that they haven't gotten acknowledged with the Grammy, and you're on here with your history, your longevity, your talent, and being so humble, and you're visibly, obviously grateful. Like, it doesn't seem like an act. It seems like you're so, like, you really are surprised that Beyonce would know who you are and the Grammys would acknowledge you. Of course, you're amazing. And your humility shows us why you're going to keep on getting blessed, because to me, that's what stood out to me so much about this interview. Like, you're extremely humble, and it's beautiful. And I just want to ask you, what can the fans expect from you next that we can all support?
Oh, thank you for that, Claudia. Well, next we're going on this tour. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it now. I didn't know if you all knew about that.
Exclusive. Give it to us. Come on.
We love exclusives.
The Lord said, give us the exclusive. I think I heard him say
Hey,
it.
send it on down.
It's going to be a reunion tour #2. So yeah, I'm excited about that. It's going to be Kirk Franklin, Marvin Sapp, Fred Hammond, and Yolanda Adams.
Oh,
Yes.
love
So
Yolanda Adams.
I can't wait. We're going to have the one thing about Kirk Franklin is that I appreciate is that when he have other artists on stage with him, he wants to portray a family. He wants the world to see that even though we have our different gifts, we can come together and be as one on stage. And that was a great experience with on the last tour with Tamla Mann and Ty Tribbett and Kurt and Israel Holton. It was just phenomenal. This one it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot, and I'm looking for the people to have that great experience.
All right. Well, before we let you go, do you mind sending out some words of encouragement to our soulmates who may be experiencing, some challenges at this moment? Would you mind? A quick word?
Absolutely. Please know that anybody out there, if you're going through, please know that what you give, it comes back to you. Give love. Give somebody an encouraging word. Give peace to somebody. I promise you, what you reap, you will sow. And so you reap good, you will get good back coming back to you. Know that I love you and I am praying for you. That's my message to you. I'm praying for you. God bless you. And shout out to all of the Kojic family. Love you.
They are heavy in the comments and they love you so much. We are seeing them. They are representing for you. We appreciate you being here tonight. I would like to thank the legendary Karen Clark Sheard for stopping by, First Lady. Make sure you follow her on all social media and support all of her upcoming projects. This is a wonderful woman, wonderful family, and you deserve the flowers and the respect and the love. And we appreciate you for coming by Fox Soul. Thank you so much.